What up, everyone, and welcome to Dear Chiquis, a very special podcast where I get to speak to my listeners honestly and directly. I'm sharing my thoughts and opinions with you on questions or tips or advice that you may need. I also want to remind you guys to seek professional advice if you find yourself suffering from an issue or hardship. That's really important, guys, okay? Okay, so vamos con la primera pregunta. This one is from Moon. Ooh, I like your name.
Hey, Cheekies. When did you fall in love with yourself, and what kind of work did you do to get to that point?
Ooh, Moon. Okay, well, I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's been an up and down, yo-yo, if you could say, if you want to say, like, so that's all I could really think, like, up and down. It's been years and moments where I absolutely love myself, and then there are times that I have doubted myself and I have beat myself up. I think it's going to be for the rest of our lives. We're going to feel that way. We are evolutional creatures, so siempre va a haber, esos momentos. I think in my 30s, now I think like my 30s have been like the best years of my life, where I don't know what happens, but I feel like in our 20s, we're getting to know ourselves and figure out what we like and what we don't like. And sometimes we're just trying to fit in and be cool. And in your 30s, you're just like, I am cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you start just loving yourself. And that's what happened. I think I want to say, like, really, really loving myself a couple years ago, really, where I was like, I've always loved myself, but I fell in love with myself, where I'm like, I love myself, flaws and all. I'm not perfect. I shouldn't want to be perfect because quote unquote perfect is boring. You know what I mean? Like, there always has to be something to kind of just keep you on your toes and want you to like be better and become a better version of yourself. And it just keeps you going, I feel, So I think it was, a couple years ago where I fell in love with myself as a professional, as a singer. And I just started really accepting myself and looking in the mirror and telling myself, you're a badass bitch, girl. You've done a lot. Stop worrying about your age. Stop worrying about, oh my gosh, you're 37 years old or 35, whatever. Oh, I'm getting old. Like, we got to stop with that, ladies. Like, we have to really just stop with that. Like, we have a lot to offer. The older we get, we're like wine. We get better mentally. Well, we should be anyways. You know what I mean? Like, we get better in every way. And I think we just have to start embracing that. And I really started just not saying it in the mirror, but really believing it and saying, you know what? You've accomplished a lot. Like, start pointing out things that you like about yourself instead of like, oh my God, look at my belly. It's like, no, look at my smile. Oh my God, thank you, God, for my hair. Or I don't know, you know what I mean? Whatever it is, it helps so much. So anyways, Moon, me fui por otro lado. They're talking about other things, but I hope that helps because it's what helped me. So thank you for your question, Moon. And I hope that through, everything I had to say, it helps you. Sending you a big hug. Okay, guys. So our next question is from Shelly. Let's press play.
Hi. First of all, I'm so nervous. I don't know why. I know you can't even see my face, but this issue is touchy for me. It's something that I've been struggling with for a while, and I need some advice. I basically grew up in a very abusive household with my dad being a toxic masculinity, typical machista man, and my mother was just no help at all. So I grew up in a very toxic environment where it was just me and then my brother. I always saw people with huge families and I was so envious of them because of how happy they looked and how happy they seemed, and I just never had that. And so since I was very young, I knew that I wanted to be a mother. My biggest dream was to be a mom, have a kid of my own, and have a family of my own. I am with this guy and we've been dating about almost 4 years now, and he told me 2 years into our relationship that he doesn't want kids. And now he's still set on not wanting kids, but it's not a definite no. But I know I really do want kids, and I don't know what to do. I can't imagine leaving him because I really, really love him, but I don't know what to do. And I can't afford IVF or egg freezing or anything like that. Help.
Oh, my Shelly. Okay, look. First of all, in regards to like your family and your upbringing, I do highly suggest, because I saw a lot of that growing up, therapy or counseling if you can. It's a wonderful gift that you can give yourself, because sometimes there are things that we don't even know we are carrying around. And right now I'm actually talking to my therapist about that. It's crazy because I thought that I had gotten over some things, but I'm learning to heal my inner child. So that's just, a side note. In regards to your boyfriend not wanting to have children, look, you have two choices, babe. If you love this person and he doesn't want any kids and he was very, very upfront with you from the beginning, then you need to respect that. And with time, learn to be happy with just him and satisfied and content with just him and knowing, okay, we're not going to have children. But if you really want kids, then he also has to respect that. And you have to make a decision of saying, like you said, you don't imagine yourself being without him. Pero si tú realmente quieres hijos, you really want kids, then you are at a crossroads and you have to make a decision. You know what I mean? Like soon, not now, I'm not saying right now, but eventually, because I'm telling you, I'm going through it. I still haven't been able to freeze my eggs. And as we get older, we may feel very young, but our body is telling us otherwise. So it'll get to a point where, I don't know how old you are, but you're going to have to make that decision because your body's saying that. Or you're just okay with just being with him and respecting his decision, because if he was upfront, it's fair game. Sobre aviso, no hay engaño. Él te dijo, I don't want kids, and you knew that. So really, I think you're just going to have to come to terms with either we're not going to have kids or we're going to stay together, or I have to move on with my life and find someone that does want to have kids. And that's going to be tough for sure. But you will find someone else that wants to have children. But I'm not telling you to leave him. Because what if he's a great guy? I'm just saying those are your two choices. And I'm here just to kind of like be somewhat of a mediator. So hopefully I helped. I'm sending you a really, really big hug. I love hugs. That's why I send everyone hugs, you guys. Okay. But like, I'm sending you a hug, Shelly. And my heart is with you. And God will guide you. Okay. I'm not trying to preach here but I'm always mentioning God. But I really believe that. So I'm going to be praying for you. Okay. I hope everything works out. And don't tell your boyfriend that I told you to leave him, because that's not true, okay? That's not what I'm saying. Make sure you listen to this again. Kisses to both of you. Okay, our next question comes from Stephanie. Let's listen to it now.
How do you remove people from your life when they're toxic? Everything you post, they think it's for them. Everything you do, they think you're competing with them. How do you deal with that? I want advice if you can please help me. And I want to let you know you're my role model.
Oh, Stephanie, muchas gracias. Thank you. Thank you for that. This is something I've been dealing with for a long time. I still deal with it from people that you wouldn't even think. You know what I mean? Like, there's always going to be haters, girl. It doesn't matter if you're a singer or you're not. Like, there's going to be people that just hate. It's just part of life, unfortunately, especially now with social media. And toxicity is como hay bueno, there's good stuff, there's bad stuff. That's where toxicity lays. So I think just understanding that and not taking it personally, I think that helps us. I mean, as far as them feeling that everything you post and everything you say is for them, that's just their own insecurities. So that's really none of our business. Allá ellos, God bless them, send them love and light. And I mean, if these people, I don't know who they are, whether it be old friends or an old boyfriend or sometimes family members, no sé, or even just someone we don't even know who they are. Sometimes they just create these fake ass accounts. I think now I've gotten used to blocking people. Like, before I was like, I'm not going to block you. I'm just like going to let you see and watch what I'm doing, But it's like, no, like I'm trying to block all that negativity. I'm kind of karate chopping everybody. Like, I'm like, like, you know what I mean? I think just blocking people from social media and having access to you is like, in any way, is the best thing you could do is protect yourself from negativity as much as you possibly can. Sage, girl, sage your house, sage yourself. I put Palo Santo all over me in the morning and at night whenever I'm feeling a little heavy, because it's an energetic field that we're in, and we live in it. Sometimes it's other people's stuff that we're carrying that we don't even know. So yo te diría, like, what I do is just kind of like, I am releasing emotions and feelings that do not belong to me. Release, release, release. And really release and cut those people off, okay? All that negativity. And post whatever you want. El que le quede el saco que se lo ponga. If the shoe fits, wear it. So anyways, thanks to Moon, Shelly, and Stephanie for this week's questions. I love them, you guys. I hope you guys did too. Listening to some of your questions is also making me reflect on myself. So thanks for that. We'll be back next week with another episode of Dear Chiquis. As usual, please seek professional help if you're suffering from an issue or hardship that requires immediate attention, guys, okay? Sending everyone a big hug. Hasta la próxima. Peace. This is a production of iHeartRadio and the My Cultura Podcast Network. Follow us on Instagram at My Cultura Podcast and follow me, Cheekies, that's Chiquis. For more podcasts from iHeart, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.